All right, today we're starting chapter 7, Muscles, Part 1. This is a foundational chapter, meaning everything we do in our business and hands-on massage builds on this information. So as massage therapists, muscles aren't just something we memorize, they're something we work with every single day. So I want you to be thinking clinically as we go, not just what is this, but why does this matter on the table. Before we go any further, we need to acknowledge something important. There are a lot of terms in this unit. You're not expected to master all of them instantly, but you are expected to start becoming familiar with the language of muscles. Think of these terms like vocabulary in a new language. At first it feels overwhelming, then one day you realize you understand what's being said. As we move through the chapter, I'll keep tying these words back to real examples, especially massage-related ones. There are 3 types of muscle tissue in the body: cardiac muscle, found only in the heart; smooth muscle, found in organs like the intestines, uterus, and blood vessels; and skeletal muscle, the ones we focus on most as massage therapists. Skeletal muscle is voluntary, meaning we can consciously control it. That's why it's our primary focus. It's the muscle tissue we palpate, stretch, and influence during massage. This slide introduces an extremely important concept, the myofascial unit. Muscle fibers do not exist on their own. They are intimately connected with fascia. So when we work the muscle, we are always working with fascia too. This is why myofascial techniques are so effective. You can't separate the two. Clinically, this explains why restrictions don't always feel like muscle knots. Sometimes what you're feeling is fascial tension. Muscle contraction is described using 2 main attachment points: origin, which is usually the more stationary bone; insertion, the bone that moves during contraction. Sometimes you'll hear the word attachment, which can refer to either one. Understanding origin and insertion helps you predict movement. If you know what bone is fixed and what bone moves, then you know what the muscle does. This is an overview of components of the skeletal muscles. This slide shows the hierarchy of muscle structure from the outside in. We move from fascia to muscle coverings to bundles to microscopic structures. Think of it like zooming in with a camera. Each layer gets smaller but more specific. Fascia profunda, or deep fascia, surrounds and separates muscle groups, and its roles include allowing movement, creating space for nerves and blood vessels, preventing friction between structures. This is one reason restricted fascia can limit motion or cause discomfort. It's meant to glide, not stick. These 3 connective tissue layers surround muscle at different levels. The epimysium surrounds the entire muscle. The perimysium, or paramecium, surrounds bundles called fascicles, and then the endomysium surrounds individual muscle fibers. These layers come together to form the tendon at the end of a muscle. So when we say muscle attaches to bone via tendon, it's actually fascia doing that work. A fascicle is a microscopic bundle of muscle fibers. When you feel muscle grain during massage, that direction you follow, you are often feeling the organization of fascicles. Inside each muscle fiber are myofibrils. These are contractile structures, the parts that actually shorten and create the force. Myofilaments and sarcomeres. Myofibrils are made of repeating units called sarcomeres. Sarcomeres contain actin, those are thin filaments, and myosin, which are thick filaments. The sarcomere is the basic unit of muscle contraction, and if sarcomeres don't shorten, the muscle doesn't contract. The sarcomere structure. This slide zooms in even further, and important landmarks include Z discs, those are the ends of the sarcomere, M line, which is the middle, actin and myosin, tropomyosin, troponin, titin, which helps with elasticity and recoil. This microscopic organization explains how muscles can be strong and flexible at the same time. Sliding filament mechanism. Muscle contraction happens through the sliding filament mechanism. The filaments don't shorten, they slide past each other. As contraction increases, Z discs move closer together, sarcomeres shorten, the muscle shortens overall, and relaxation is simply this process reversing. The contraction cycle happens in steps. 1. The myosin heads become energized. 2. Myosin binds to actin. That's the cross bridge formation. 3. The power stroke pulls actin inward. 4. Myosin detaches and repeats. This cycle requires ATP. Without ATP, muscles cannot contract or relax. Myofibrils overlap like a telescope, expanding and retracting. This analogy helps explain how muscles can change length smoothly without losing their structure. Muscles are highly vascular and highly innervated. Blood vessels and nerves pass through muscle belly, fascicles, individual fibers. And this explains why muscle tension can affect circulation and nerve sensation. Everything is intertwined. Muscle tissue has 4 main functions: creating movement, stabilizing posture, assisting circulation, and thermogenesis, which is producing heat. That last one is why you feel warm after massage or exercise. Now we'll overview the 4 properties that define what muscle can do: excitability, contractility, extensibility, and elasticity. Excitability is the ability to respond to stimuli. Contractility is the ability to contract or the ability to shorten. Extensibility is the ability to stretch without damage. And lastly, we have elasticity, and this is the ability to return to resting length. So all 4 of these are essential for healthy movement, and that's important to remember. So as we wrap up, as massage therapists, understanding muscle structure and functions help us to work more effectively, prevent injury, explain conditions to clients, and choose appropriate techniques. This knowledge turns massage from something you do into something you understand, and that is very important.